Welcome to the Star-to-Star VTech VSP 861 video tutorial. This video describes the layout, operation, and basic features included on the VSP 861 phone. Before we get into the details, we'll take a quick look at the main components of the phone. These include the handset, speaker, message waiting indicator, screen display, headset key, speakerphone key, mute key, and the volume control keys. The small microphone at the bottom of the screen is used when the phone is in speakerphone mode. The 2.5mm headset jack is located on the right side of the phone. The VSP 861 uses a large color touchscreen display that operates much like a smartphone. The screen display is customizable, and the user can choose one of 3 home screens. This approach puts a friendly, familiar face on a very complex, full-featured phone. No matter which screen you are viewing, the phone always displays a header at the top of the screen. The icons and other information on this screen change depending on the current state of the phone and the current activity, but the header is always visible. There are many icons that may appear in the header. We'll point out the frequently used icons as we go along. There are several items that are always visible on the header screen. These are the Home and Features icons, the date, and the line indicator. Touching the Home icon always returns to the home screen, and the Features icon always leads to the Feature Keys screen. When the phone is not in use, the phone defaults to this screen. The main part of the screen is organized very much like the screen on a smartphone. There can be up to 3 pages of icons, called apps, and you can scroll back and forth between these 3 screens by tapping the arrow icons at the top right of the icon area. In a later section, we'll show you how you can add, remove, and rearrange the icons on the screen. The VSP 861 has 30 on-screen feature keys that can be programmed to perform functions such as quick dial, redial, do not disturb, call forwarding, message retrieval, and call parking. The keys can also be configured as busy lamp field keys, which allow you to monitor the status of other extensions on your Star-to-Star system. The feature keys screen displays 15 feature keys at a time, and an arrow key at the top of the screen switches between 2 pages of 15 keys. When configured as busy lamp field keys, a colored bar on the left edge of each key indicates the status of the associated extension. We'll explain feature keys in detail in a later section. The feature keys screen can be selected as the primary screen for the phone, and it can also be reached from any screen by touching the icon on the header screen. This screen displays a summary of the calls currently connected to the phone. Calls are divided into 4 groups: active calls, held calls, incoming calls, and page calls. The Call Manager screen automatically appears when you have 2 or more active calls, and it can also be selected from the main menu screen. This screen is most useful for receptionists or departmental executive assistants who need to handle a large volume of incoming calls. As with the main menu and the feature key screens, the Call Manager can be selected as the default screen for the phone. You can choose to have any of the main screens, the home screen, feature keys, or Call Manager, set as the default screen. The default screen is the screen the phone will return to after a call or other operation. If you find yourself using one screen more often than the others, you may want to set that screen as the default. Your phone has 6 line keys, assigned to the first 6 keys on the feature keys screen. The behavior of these keys depends on a setting called receptionist mode, which we'll explain later. These keys show a green light when a line is in use, and they blink green when a line is ringing or when a call is placed on hold. There are several ways to place an outgoing call on the VSP-861. If you pick up the handset first, the call will be placed using the handset. Otherwise, it will be placed using the speaker. You can switch between the handset, speaker, and an attached headset at any time. To place an outgoing call, you can dial the number on the keypad and press the dial button. Touch the new call icon on the home screen and enter the desired number. Touch the new icon on the call manager screen and enter the number. Touch a line button on the feature keys screen to place a call using a specific line appearance on your phone. Touch a feature key that is programmed to dial the desired extension or number. We'll discuss feature keys in a later section. Touch a number in the call history list. Incoming calls normally appear on the first line appearance key, unless the system has been configured to point an outside line to a specific line appearance key on the phone. If you are already engaged in a call, notification of an additional incoming call is provided using a call waiting tone, along with a display on the phone screen. This is not always convenient or practical for a person who routinely handles multiple incoming calls, such as a receptionist. The receptionist mode option, set by your system administrator, sends additional incoming calls to the next available line button. This approach makes it easier to answer and manage multiple incoming calls. You can use the built-in speakerphone to make and receive calls, and you can switch back and forth between the handset and the speaker. To place or answer a call using the speakerphone, press the speaker button, located at the bottom right of the phone. The speaker button glows orange when the speaker is in use. The mute button, located to the left of the speaker button, mutes the speakerphone's microphone. This phone supports use of a standard telephone headset with a 2.5mm plug. The headphone jack is located on the right side of the phone. To connect a wired headset, open the rubber cover and plug the headset into the jack. This model also supports the use of VTech decked wireless headset. Both headsets operate in the same manner. When a headset is connected, you can use the headset by pressing the headset button, located just below the keypad. When the phone rings, the incoming call screen appears, and the call manager icon appears in the header. A number on the icon indicates the number of active calls. For the incoming call screen, you can lift the handset to answer the call. You can also press Accept, Speaker, or Headset to answer the call on the speaker or headset. If you don't want to answer the call, you can choose to reject, forward, or dismiss the call. Pressing Reject sends the call to voicemail or your phone's Find Me Follow Me chain if one is configured on your phone. We'll discuss Find Me Follow Me in a later section of this video. The forward key lets you forward the call to another extension or to an external phone number. When you press forward, the forward type screen appears. From this screen, you can choose the destination of the forwarded call. When you are engaged in a call, the phone will display a row of icons at the top of the screen. These icons represent a menu of actions you can take during the call. These actions are: Record. Begin recording the conversation onto the phone's memory card. When you are recording a call, this icon will change to a stop icon. Conf. Touching this icon sets up a three-party conference call using the conference feature built into the phone. Transfer and blind. These icons transfer the call to another number or extension. We'll discuss call transfers in a later section. Hold. This icon places the current call on hold. You may also place a call on hold using the hold button, located below the four-way keypad. When you place a call on hold, the other party will hear music or a message on hold, depending on your phone's system configuration. To resume the call, press the resume icon at the top of the screen. End. This disconnects the current call. Star-to-Star systems can be set to operate in key system mode. In this mode, several buttons or feature keys on each phone are reserved for holding and transferring calls. When this feature is enabled, the Star-to-Star system mimics the operation of a key telephone system commonly used in many small offices. The use of key system mode allows users to place calls on hold and then retrieve the call from another extension. To use this feature, advise the caller that you are going to transfer the call, then press the park key. The call will be parked in the first available parking slot. You or any other user on your system can retrieve the call by pressing the appropriate park button or by dialing the park code on another phone. You can use your phone to conduct three-way conference calls. To set up a conference call, follow these steps. Call the first party you wish to join the call. When the other party answers, let them know that you are setting up a conference call and that you will put the call on hold. Press the conf icon on the hold screen and dial the number for the second party to join your call. When the called party answers, announce that you are setting up a conference call and then press the conf icon again to begin the conference call. When you are engaged in a conference call, you can press the split button to split the conference back into separate calls, or you can press bridge to join the other two calls together and remove yourself from the call. When you have finished the conference call, press the end button to remove yourself from the call. If you need to create a conference call with more than 3 participants, you can use our Star Conference Meet Me conferencing feature. Check with your system administrator for more information. Star-to-Star's Find Me, Follow Me feature allows you to control how incoming calls are forwarded to your extension. There are 3 styles of Find Me, Follow Me to choose from. Follow Me Immediate immediately forwards all calls to your extension to a single number. The destination number may be another extension on your Star-to-Star system, an external number at another business location, or your mobile or home phone. Use this setting with caution, since your extension will not ring at all when this setting is enabled. Find Me Sequential rings your extension for a specified number of seconds. If you don't pick up the incoming call, the call is sent to 1 or more numbers in sequence. You may specify the number of seconds for each number to ring before the call is passed on to the next number in sequence. Find Me All rings incoming calls at your extension and 1 or more additional numbers, all at the same time. You may set a time limit for the additional numbers to ring. You can change the Find Me, Follow Me settings using the Star-to-Star application framework, or by signing into the Star-to-Star web portal and selecting individual phone settings from the main menu screen. When you have a voicemail message waiting for you, the message waiting indicator at the top right corner of the phone will glow orange. To listen to your messages, press the message icon on the home screen. The first time you connect to the voicemail system, you will be prompted to set up your voicemail inbox by recording your name and setting a new password. If you received 1 or more incoming calls while you are away from your phone, you will see the missed calls icon on the header when you return. Touch the icon to see a list of missed calls. You will see the call details for that missed call. From this screen, you can return the missed calls by pressing the gray icon. You can also add the caller's number to your phone's directory, delete the call record, or block future calls from the caller. The VSP861 has a large number of user-configurable options and settings that control the way the phone looks and operates. All of these settings are available using the settings icon on the main page. We'll take a look at the most often used settings. When you press the settings icon, you'll see that the settings are divided into 4 sections, labeled Call Settings, App Settings, User Settings, and Admin Settings. To navigate through the menus, you can touch the appropriate area on the screen, or you can use the 4-way keypad below the screen to move the selection on the screen. When the item you want to change is selected, press the OK button in the center of the keypad. The Do Not Disturb, or D&D feature, instructs the phone to ignore incoming calls. When D&D mode is set, incoming calls are immediately sent to voicemail or to Find Me Follow Me if it is configured on your system. You can set D&D mode for a single line, or for all 6 lines. To select this option for all lines, touch the D&D All icon on the home screen. A D&D icon will appear in the screen header to remind you that D&D is enabled. To turn D&D All off, touch the D&D All button on the main screen. The icon will disappear, and D&D will be turned off. To set D&D for a specific line, touch Settings, then Call Settings, and Do Not Disturb. Select a line from the menu and touch the Enable Do Not Disturb. The call forwarding feature allows you to automatically forward incoming calls to another number. Note that the call forwarding settings take precedence over your Find Me Follow Me settings. We recommend that you use Find Me Follow Me whenever possible, since it provides more flexible options for handling forwarded calls. There are 2 methods of call forwarding. Always forwards all calls immediately. This is useful when you are planning to be away for an extended period, and you wish to forward all calls to a coworker. No answer. This setting forwards calls to another number after a specified number of rings. You can select from 1 to 10 rings. If you use this feature, we suggest you keep the number to 5 or less to avoid the calls being intercepted by the voicemail system. To enable call forwarding, select a line to forward, touch the Enable Call Forward key, and enter a destination number for the forwarded calls. The destination may be an internal extension number or an external telephone number. The phone will display a call forward icon in the header area when the forwarded line is selected as the default line. Your phone can block calls from anonymous numbers. To block anonymous calls, select Block Anonymous from the Call Settings menu. Select a line and touch the Block Anonymous button at the bottom of the screen. There are 2 alerts you can control from the Alerts screen. The Missed Call alert displays a missed call icon on the header bar when there is an unanswered call. The Call Waiting alert notifies you with a pop-up message and an alert tone when a call comes in while you are on the phone. This setting instructs the phone to automatically answer incoming calls for a selected line. The phone will answer calls after a brief delay, without any action from you. This feature is most useful when used in conjunction with a line appearance that is known only to a few people. It essentially creates a hands-off intercom feature. As we mentioned earlier, the VSP-861 operates much like a smartphone. As with most smartphones, the individual icons on the phone screen are called apps, short for applications. And like a smartphone, the app icons can be added, deleted, and rearranged on the screen. The App Setting tab contains tools to manage the appearance and behavior of the applications on the phone. Despite its name, the Call History tab doesn't actually display the phone's call history. Instead, this tab deletes entries from the call history folders. You can delete all call history entries, or you can delete missed calls, received calls, and dialed calls. To selectively delete a single entry from the call history, use the Call History app on the home screen. Choose the call you wish to delete and touch the Delete icon at the top of the screen. You can set the screen that appears when your phone is idle. Depending on your preference, you can set the screen to the home screen with the All App shortcuts, the Feature Keys screen, or the Call Manager. The home screen is a good choice for users who don't handle a large number of calls, but who want easy access to all of the phone's features. The Feature Keys screen works well for users who need to monitor the activity of other users, and for users who handle a large number of incoming calls. The Call Manager is most useful for receptionists and other users who need to answer and forward calls quickly. Regardless of which screen you choose as your default screen, you can always quickly switch to the home screen or the Feature Keys screen using the icons in the screen header. These icons are always present, regardless of the current state or screen setting on the phone. This setting lets you choose the order in which directory entries are sorted. You can choose to sort by first name or last name. The Delete button erases all of the directory entries from your phone. Use this with caution, as there is no way to recover deleted entries. The Blacklist is a special directory that contains numbers that cannot reach your phone. If you experience nuisance calls, you can add the caller's contact information to the blacklist. Calls from blacklisted numbers will not ring your phone, and they will not be recorded in your call history. The blacklist can be viewed and edited in the same way as the local directory, but is a completely separate directory listing. The home screen can consist of 3 pages, with up to 10 shortcuts per page. To place an icon on the home screen, select Applications from the App Settings menu. Select the desired page number, and then select one of the 10 application positions on the page. The positions are numbered from 1 to 5 across the top, and 6 to 10 along the bottom of the screen. Once you have selected a position, you will see a pop-up menu of choices. Select the desired application to assign it to the screen. This menu choice displays 2 options, both of which are related to the screen's brightness. The in-use backlight setting determines the overall brightness of the screen while the phone is in use. The idle backlight setting controls the brightness of the screen when the phone is not in use. You can select the amount of idle time the phone will wait before switching to the idle backlight setting. This tab contains settings relating to the phone's sound. The ringer tone setting lets you select a ringtone for each line. This allows you to tell which line is ringing without looking at the phone. There are 10 ringtones to choose from. The key tone setting controls the audible beep sound the phone makes when you touch a button or an item on the screen. The audio mode setting determines if the phone will use the speaker or handset when you press a line button, rather than lifting the handset to answer an incoming call. There are 5 settings on the Date and Time tab. 4 of these are set automatically by the Star-to-Star system, so you don't need to worry about setting the correct time, selecting a time zone, or setting daylight savings time. The only setting on the Date and Time tab that you may want to change is the first one, the Date and Time format. This tab lets you select between 12 and 24-hour modes for the clock, and it also allows you to select between US, European, and Asian date formats. By default, the phone displays messages and icons in US English. Several other languages can be selected from the Language tab. To change the language, use the pull-down menu to select the desired language. The text on the screen will change to the new language as soon as you release your finger from the pull-down menu. You can instruct the phone to show or hide any additional digits, PIN numbers and passcodes, for example, that you entered during a call. By default, in-call digits are shown. To change this setting, select In-Call Digits from the User Settings tab and move the slider to the desired position. Green is on and red is off. The VSP861 can display up to 30 programmable feature keys in 2 groups of 15 keys each. These keys are available by touching the feature keys icon, which is always visible at the top of the screen. If you use the feature keys frequently, you may find it convenient to set the feature key screen as the default screen. Use the default screen setting under the App Setting tab to select a default screen. In the initial configuration, the first 6 feature keys are programmed as shortcuts to each of the phone's 6 lines, and the rest of the keys are blank. The blank keys display an arrow on the right side of the key. We recommend that you keep the first 6 keys set as line keys. To change the other keys, use the Programmable Keys tab on the User Settings menu. Select Feature Keys, and then select the key you wish to change. Select the key type you wish to use for the programmable key from the pull-down list. Some settings may require additional information. In the example shown here, we are programming a quick dial key, so we need to enter the phone number to dial in the number field, and we'll enter a name in the label field to make it easy to identify this key on the screen. You can also program a blank feature key directly from the Feature Keys screen. Touch the feature key you wish to program, and the phone will display the feature keys programming screen. Note that you can only use this feature to program blank keys. Your phone can record telephone conversations. To record calls, you will need a micro SD memory card to store the recordings. To install the card in your phone, open the small rubber cover on the rear of the phone and insert the card with the label side of the card facing you. Make sure the card is fully inserted in the slot, and then close the protective cover. You can check the capacity of your micro SD card using the Storage tab on the User Settings screen. To record a call, press the Record icon at the top of the screen. The icon will change appearance to indicate that a call is in progress. To stop recording, press Stop or End the call. To play back recorded calls, touch the call recording icon on the home screen. Select the recording you wish to hear from the list of recordings on the left side of the screen. Touch the play icon to play the recording, or the trash can icon to delete the recording. The VSP861 can operate with a cordless headset, a cordless handset, or one of each. If both cordless devices are connected to your phone, only one can be used at a time. Before you can use a headset or handset with the phone, the device must be paired with the phone. To set up pairing, go to the User Settings screen on the Settings menu and select DECT. Select Headset from the menu. Remove the headset from the charger, and then immediately put the headset back in the charger. Touch the register icon on the screen. Wait while the phone locates the headset. You will see a confirmation message when the headset is paired with the phone. If the headset has previously been paired with another phone, you must remove the pairing with the previous phone. The handset asks you which device you want to register to. Press Desk Set. The handset screen displays instructions. Press Next to continue reading the instructions. On the VSP861 from the home screen, press the Settings icon. From the Settings menu, press User Settings and then press DECT. Select DECT Handset. The DECT Handset menu appears. Press the pound key on the handset. The screen shows, "Please wait." The registration process takes up to 10 seconds. When registration is complete, "Registration succeeded" appears on the phone. The handset displays "Handset registered." VTech phones allow a user to send a paging message to all other VTech phones on your system. This feature is called multicast paging, also known as broadcast paging. It is different from the paging feature that is built into your star-to-star phone system. To send a page to the other phones in your office, press the designated feature key on your phone. A tone will sound on all of the phones, including your own. After the tone sounds, speak into your phone using the handset, headset, or speaker. We hope this brief video answered any questions you may have about the operation of your phone. For more detailed information, please visit the Star2Star knowledge base at knowledge.star2star.com.